Hey everybody, you're watching Runtageous. I'm David, and today we're gonna take you to Holden, Mass, where we're gonna run a 16-miler at the Wachusett Greenways rail trail. Follow me. Welcome back, guys. We're on the freeway right now, headed out to Holden. This one is a little closer to home, which is nice. So I may have found the keeper. Just gotta see what the run's gonna be like. It's the Wachusett Greenways rail trail, and it's a 16.5 or 16.7 mile trail out and back. What's weird is when you look at the elevation map, it's all downhill for about like eight and so miles, and it's exactly the same way on its way back. So it looks like it drops about 400 feet, and they're just going to be climbing 400 feet back up on the way back. So it kind of reminds me of the bike trail in Marlboro. I can't remember what it was called. Is it the Assabet Valley Rail Trail, maybe? That one is like about a 10.5 to 11 mile out and back, and on the way out there, it's mostly uphill. On the way back, you're kind of just coasting in, which is pretty nice. This one is a little opposite. You're going to be just cruising at the beginning, and you gotta save some gas for coming back because you'll be climbing the entire way back. So that might actually be a good thing, though, because your knees can take a pounding on the way out there while they're nice and fresh, and on the way back they won't take as much. You know, if you just accept that it's going to be a little hard on the way back, but just stay on your toes, you'll make through it, and you won't actually hurt on the way, towards the end. So maybe it'll help you out. I know something like that would probably help me out. What's funny is lately the ends of my run aren't very painful, which is great. So that's a sign to me that I can probably go a little bit longer. It's just a matter of, I do cramp up, and I am pretty tired. And, but yeah, so if I'm just climbing the entire time, I think as long as I slow it down and just kind of maintain that pace, like I should be able to, make it through. And, the fact that I'm hurting at the end tells me, like, hey, maybe tomorrow I'll go longer. But anyway, that's where we're headed. And, my training this week has been going all right. I don't know if I've hit a plateau or just hit a phase where I'm tiring out. I feel like I'm getting a little tired. The performance hasn't really declined, but just feeling a little tired. Any pain? Not really. I would actually call it some aching. Right now I'm in the aching phases. I wouldn't really call it pain yet. And so luckily for me, this week is sort of a down week after the crazy mileage last week, and I'm probably gonna take it easy for the next couple of long runs to cap off I think it's gonna end up being like about a 59 mile or a 60 mile a week. And it's coming down from just gonna cruise along today and get the miles in, but take it easy. I was a little aggressive last week on the treadmill and at the trail in Keene, New Hampshire. Pretty aggressive. Probably shouldn't have done a low 9s pace. That's pretty aggressive for 18. So
keep left.
Switch lanes
then
here. All right.
Turn left.
Yeah. So yeah, I think my body is getting a little tired. And I think next week the mileage does ramp back up, but not by a whole lot. I should be. I think I should be rested by then, as long as I take the next 2 days pretty easy. Yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention was my change in hours at work. So I'm now back to working 9 to 5, and as a result, I need to try to wake up early to get my run in. But the problem is, like, all these 8-milers that I run in the morning, I finish them in like just over an hour, but it leaves me no time to foam roll or stretch or even just kind of wind down, so there's been a couple times already in the last 2 weeks where I finish my run and I go straight downstairs to sort of check in and make sure no one's looking for me. But usually I can sneak away for a few and go take care of just showering, getting changed, but still leaves me no time to foam roll. And I'm starting to wonder if that's why my legs are feeling like they're getting a little tired, a little achy. So I've been trying to get to sleep a little earlier, but that hasn't really translated to waking up earlier. It's getting cold out, and that's tough to rip yourself away from your cozy covers. And I guess it's only gonna get worse too. So I don't know. I gotta man up, because I think I'm slow to transition to the cold weather every year. It's rough. I don't even live somewhere where it's that cold.
Put away. After 2 miles.
And I've noticed that a lot of my runs have been indoors. Just not ready for the cold yet. It's like mid-November. I feel like just last week it was still 70 degrees out. I'm not sure what happened, and I'm just freezing my ass off now. So it'll take me a little while. I think I try to go about 50-50, half the week I'm outside. Obviously on the weekends I'm mostly outside, at least one of the days. And then during the week, I think I do split it out a little bit, half on the treadmill and a half outdoors, but mostly on the road. So I don't run trails during the week. I feel it's because they're kind of unpredictable, and I tend to run a little slower. So I need to get the work in, in as little time as possible, so I can make it to work on time. But I'm gonna try to work on just getting to sleep earlier, so I can try to wake up earlier. My problem is I'm just always dilly-dallying before I go to bed. So yeah, that's my update. Overall everything's going okay, and we're still on target for the Hillsborough Trail Marathon in December. I think it's on the 9th, December 9th, just outside Tampa, Florida. So still very excited for that. Maybe a little too excited. I gotta try to wind down, because we're approaching that date, and in a couple weeks will be my tapering, and so I gotta be really good about that. and kind of stray myself away from my training schedule. My training schedule was, I started it with I think 2 months to go before the race. But this training schedule, I think, is laid out for is it 4 months? Nah, I think it might be 4 months. So I will actually only be halfway into that training schedule when I go into this race. So I need to make myself kind of get away from that schedule, kind of pause, do my own thing, wind down, lower the intensity, lower the mileage. Well, not so much the intensity, but lower the mileage, and do a proper taper going into this marathon. I just want to finish it, so I gotta be good. So that's what we're looking forward to. I'll see you out on the trail. Hey, what's up, guys? It's mile 1, and so far I am loving this trail. It's exactly as described. Just packed gravel, bike path width, and right now it's just very quiet. So we're actually in Rutland, Mass. I think when I said Holden, I think that's where we're headed. So the end of this trail must be at Holden somewhere. And so on the All Trails app, it gave you 2 different destinations. So I went to the first one and it didn't look right. So I looked at the other destination, and yeah, we got to the bike trailhead. So yeah, this is great so far. Really easy, just enjoying it. These are probably my favorite things about trail running. Whenever I find these, so cool. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have my gimbal with me. I did receive it, but I just don't have it on me because I haven't really figured out how to carry it yet. Hey guys, mile 3, and not much has changed. Still packed gravel, bike path width, and I did have to cross the road and kind of find the connecting trail, because I think we're on the it's called the Central Mass Rail Trail or something like that. So I don't think we're on the Wachusett one anymore, but I'm not really sure. So we're just gonna keep doing this for about another 6 miles. Hey everybody, we're at about 6.4 miles right now, and just over an hour. Feeling good. My legs are still feeling a little tired, but I've kind of reduced myself to a comfortable trot. So I'm averaging like a 9:31 pace. So just maintain this. Try to get the miles in. Really loving this trail. It's so there's some people here, so it's not completely dead. And there are side trails you can take off of the main gravel trail, and there's just a lot of stuff to look at. Lots of like tiny little waterfalls, tons of brooks, ponds, and other bodies of water, tons of cement benches to hang out by those ponds. It's just really nice family place. Bring your kids for a bike ride and just kind of hang out. See if we'll ever come back here with the rest of the fam. But I will definitely come back here. This is nice. All right, mile 8, and we've just turned around. There's still more to that trail to go. So on another day when I'm gonna do like 18 or more, maybe I'm gonna come back here and explore this trail a little bit more. From where I started, that was actually the middle of the trails too. So we can find the real beginning of that trail where we started. Start from that and come come all the way out here, and it'll probably end up being a 20-mile out and back. So a quick update on how I'm feeling. About the same. Still feeling a little tired, legs still a little tired, but still moseying along. Same 9:31 average pace. A couple miles back I had a Spring Energy long haul like I always do, and I've already had a couple of cliff shot walks, so feeling pretty good so far. And it's actually pretty warm. It's like maybe low 40s right now, maybe mid 40s. So we're about to climb up this crazy S-shaped hill. So I'm gonna put you away and try to muscle up this guy. Ooh, we're at 9.3 miles, and I was fine going up that snake-like curvy hill, but soon after I reached mile 9, I started breaking down. My legs started breaking down really fast. So I guess I wouldn't really quite call it pain yet. Just very, very sore, and not a whole lot of power to push off of that leg. So I'm just gonna take a break and walk it off for a little bit. Right now I can't really tell if we're going uphill or downhill. Back there it's kind of rolling. Right now it feels like it's just flat. The terrain is just still the same. Yeah, I think my legs are just kind of beat up from the last few weeks of really high mileage. So, and you know what? I can't remember walking a whole lot during any of my previous training runs, not even my long runs from last week. So my body's really just taken a full beat in the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna just take our time here and just walk this off. Hopefully I'll feel better. I mean, right now I'm just gonna set the expectation that I got like 6.5 miles to go. My expectation right now is maybe walking every mile, jogging really slowly, and walking just to try to get back without completely falling apart. So I'm gonna at least give myself that, and we'll see if we make it. Wish me luck. Okay, we're at mile 11, and those last 1.5 miles or so were done at probably like a 10 to 10:30 pace. Just really slowed down by what feels like it's like a combination of my right knee and maybe the bottom of my hamstring. So just really tight, feels like there's a lot of pressure inside the knee, and it's really preventing me from getting good footing on the right side. And there was one point back there where it felt like I was just dragging my right leg along for the ride, just not a whole lot of power left in that leg. And for my midweek runs, that's usually never a problem, not on the treadmill, not on the roads. But I think it's just overtraining, really way too much intensity during my midweek training runs. So I really need to cut that out. It's like there's no reason why on the treadmill I should be running like a sub 8 pace, no matter how good I feel. I should just not be running at those paces. I really need to be focusing on like anywhere from like 8:45, 9:15 pace. That's where I should be at. It's really not a time for me to be a superhero and impress anyone. So a little disappointed at myself for overtraining like I always do. And once we get up past that gate, we'll pick it back up and try to do a couple more miles at the same pace. And at least we're enjoying the day, right? mile 12, just past the 2-hour mark, and that last mile was, yeah, it was okay, same as before, you know, just very achy. But I'm stopping now to refuel with one of these guys, and just, you know, just take a break. Can't get enough of those, right? Ah, jeez. That freaking, oh no, this is a different guy running with a horse. Yeah, there was, what did I say, horse? Oh, I'm delusional now. No, it's a different guy running with a dog. There was another guy running by himself earlier. This guy looks a little faster. So I'm just gonna walk down with my head down shamefully and just walk by him while he runs by. Okay, we're at mile 14 now, and I've been reduced to walking every mile like I said I was gonna try to do, like every other mile, or I'm sorry, every 2 miles, stop to take a walk. But I think I can only do about a quarter mile now, and walk about a quarter mile and just run 3/4 of a mile. To me right now, that still feels okay and doable. So just gonna walk for a little bit longer, and we got less than 2 miles to go. Hey, what's up, guys? So yeah, we finally finished the 16 miler. It was ugly, but we got it done in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Let's say I think that was a 10:20 pace. 10:20 pace around the dot. I had to take a few minutes driving back in the car to warm up because, you know, it's 41 degrees out, and although you don't really feel very cold while you're running, your body is pretty cold, and you know, I'm usually just shivering, sneezing, and just my nose is running when I get back, so I need to just warm up and just kind of relax a little bit. Yeah, so overall, yeah, like I said, that was a pretty ugly run. The first 8 miles went really well. I think I was doing a 9:30 pace or so. And after mile 9, I just completely fell apart. My right leg was just really exhausted and had no energy to push. My hamstring was starting to get really sore. Surprisingly, my calf was all right, but my knee, just that weird pressure that's all around the knee, it starts to build up. So it started to build up after every like half mile or so, and then I'd be able to like kind of drag it along for another quarter mile, stop to walk for a few minutes, and then repeat for, I think, the last like, I felt like about five miles or so. I was doing that on the mile. Actually, towards the end, with over a mile to go, I was reduced to maybe a half mile, and then I'd have to kind of walk it off for about a minute or two, and then try it again. Surprisingly, though, on that final mile, probably because I knew it was, you know, the finish line was right ahead, I knew, so I kind of like just gave it all I got, and I think I was averaging like a 9:40 or 9:45 for about a mile and a quarter or so.
Half a mile.
Actually, did I stop to walk? I might have stopped to walk, but it was a very brief walk, and I felt really good on that last part. So the thing that concerns me now is it's less than a month until my marathon in Florida, which is a trail marathon. I don't know how technical it is. I really don't know what the competition is going to be like. You know, are people going to be just flying, cruising? I have no idea. I don't even know what the weather is going to be like. So I'm a little worried. I haven't gotten a true 20 miler in yet, on the treadmill, on the road, or anywhere. And you know, for a 16 miler like today, if that beat me up that bad, dude, I got another 10.2 miles to go. How, you know, like I'm just really worried how am I gonna do this. even if I'm conservative and go out at like a 10-minute pace, problems like this, they just kind of creep up on you. The only thing I can think of is just make sure I taper properly, heal up, get well, and maybe even get some strength training in. I'll see. I just gotta be really good about doing that. It's just, you know, the only good thing about starting my shift earlier now is at night I've got some time to go back to the gym, maybe get some walking in, warm up, get some stretching and foam rolling done. My massage appointments are now at night as well. I am just doing whatever I can to keep me in this game for as long as possible. And you know, clearly I'm going through a pretty rough patch right now. Yeah, so hopefully this doesn't last very long. And yeah, as for tomorrow, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Towards the end, I was considering maybe just lowering my miles tomorrow. Maybe just going to the gym or somewhere else, doing just like 5 or 6 miles, really slow, just to, you know, get myself going and really just give my body a rest. Just allow me that one day to stray away from the training plan. I think I need to do that, and I probably owe it to myself too. So yeah, depending on where I am, I might do another one of these tomorrow, but usually on Sundays, depending on how cold it is, I might be indoors. 6 miler, I might just be indoors. So if that's the case, I'll catch you next time when I'm out on the trails. I'm starting to run out of trails. So they're starting to, you know, they're kind of hard to find now, and they're starting to get further away, and I don't want to be driving too far away to run. So you might start seeing videos of me doing the same trail again. Hopefully it doesn't get any more boring than it is. But anyway, more to come later on, and you know, I hope you enjoyed watching this and following me along as I struggle to get back to the marathon distance. Until then, happy running out there, and hopefully you can do a little better than me out there. Stay injury free and just enjoy it.
After half a mile.
See you later. Peace.